There we are. They have changed things around yet again on me. I do not use StreamYard enough. Anyways, welcome to the live stream. I am so glad you are here. Hello, Arlene and Spring Rain. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. So, I wanted to just pop in real quick and oh, I was behind there. Of course I was. Okay. Welcome to the Hot Mess Express. Hello. If you are new here, it's me. It's just me. I am who I am. Hello, Denise. Hello, hello. Okay. Can you all hear me okay? I'm hoping they always are switching things around. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. So let's get started. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I am so glad you're here. Now, my name is Tiffany Solorio. If you are new here, welcome. I have been crafting for about a little over 15 years. I've been creating YouTube videos for a little over 15 years, and I just love helping people create with confidence. I love helping people try new things, use their stash. So, if you are new here and are not subscribed, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and join this amazing community. Um, I love all of you that are lurkers, that comment and watch all of my videos, whatever you land on, whether you're just a watcher, a commenter, it doesn't matter. You're all amazing. So, I have like 4 pages of notes, so bear with me if I'm looking down because I wanna make sure that I get everything in here. Now, this live stream is for anybody that has a stack of backgrounds and you're not sure what to do with it, or maybe you are in the middle of creating a background and you're like, "What am I gonna do with this?" This is for you because I'm going to walk you through a few of the little steps, but this is kind of like a little introduction to my new class that's happening January 24th. It is a live class. It is absolutely free. The link is pinned in the comments as well as in the description box. So if you are watching the replay, you can get the class by clicking the link in the description. All right, so now um, anybody crafting along today? What are you all up to today? And where are you all from? I would love to know. Um, are you just hanging out, doing laundry? What are you up to today? All right. So, backgrounds. Let me switch views here. There we go. It worked. Yay. All right. So, this is the live class workbook for my class. Now, of course, I'm not going to go over it all because then you wouldn't want to take the class, right? But again, the class is absolutely free. But this is a live class workbook. There is a separate one for people that upgraded to lifetime access. It is a lot bigger. There's actually 3 PDFs for that one. But I'm just going to set this aside for a second and we're going to talk backgrounds. So, in my mind, I feel like backgrounds are kind of grouped into maybe like 3 main sections, right? So, you have your background and you add whatever it is to it, whether it's watercolors, it can be sprays. This was done with Distress Watercolor Pencil Palette. This was done with sprays. This was done with sprays. Why do I have so many here? This was only supposed to be 3 here. Anyways, these are all kind of like my base backgrounds, right? So you have your color down, whatever that may be. It could be alcohol ink, it could be sprays, watercolors, anything. Then you want to take these backgrounds and maybe you want to add something to it. So a lot of times I'll do some stamping. This I think was probably a distress paint resist effect. So this is like the second stage of a background. And then this one I added some stamping with the sprays maybe. I'm not exactly sure. This is why I always tell people to put what you do on the back of your panels. That way you can remember and even like the colors and everything, because I don't remember what I did here. But this is kind of like the second stage, right? Same thing with this one. Did some stamping on here with kind of the same color. So it's kind of like the next level or the next stage of this background. So there's the base, then you have a little bit of implied texture or more layers on these backgrounds, and then you have ones like these. So this one I did a lot of stamping and then also some stenciling, and then it looks like maybe I don't know what I did there. um Looks like maybe I tried to do some white stamping as well. I don't know. But then there's this one. This is an alcohol ink background. And same thing, you have the base, which is whatever medium you use. Then you have some more layers, which is like the splatters. And then I added some gold and then some stamp. What is that called? Ink, lift ink, the alcohol lift ink on there, and then I also did some more stamping. So this is kind of like the last stage of a background. So you have like three main stages of a background, right? So these are waiting for even more. So like this one could add more stamping. Yeah, I guess more stamping, stenciling, whatever you want to add, more splatters, that sort of thing. So does that make sense? So you have like kind of your three main stages there, in my opinion. Of course, there's many different stages to a background, and this is not the end all be all, um, you know, method or anything like that. Um, but it's kind of important because I know I wanted to show my stack of backgrounds, my bin of backgrounds, I should say. So let me grab it. So this is my bin. Okay. It's full of backgrounds. All right. So I love making backgrounds. And it's not that I don't like making cards, but sometimes the thought of making cards and turning these backgrounds, especially like this one, I absolutely love the colors. This was actually for a color combination guide that I did. And I, oh, hi, scrapbook.com. It caught me off guard. I was like, who's that? Um, and so I would find it a little bit hard to cover this up. And I know many of you probably are kind of the same. You're like, well, I don't want to cover all this up, right? And you know what the good thing is you don't have to. Sometimes, I don't know if you could see back there, but I actually hang some of my artwork. So you can even take a background. It doesn't always have to be a card. You can frame it, give it away as art, even a distress background. Just because you're using crafting products doesn't mean it has to become a card or used in art journal or anything like that. You can definitely use it for whatever. As you could see, I kind of hoard my background. So maybe this class is more for me than anybody else. um Anyways, all right. So when creating, when making, bringing the backgrounds into cards, again, this could be a little too busy. I'm going to talk about that in the class, as the class on January 24th. And because it is hard, my mind is going like a million miles a minute. So it is hard to kind of figure out like, what do I do here? Right. But like a background like this, you can definitely put a sentiment on here and call it a day. But for me, because I like more mixed media and more things going on, I'm going to add more to it. All right. So those are the three stages, in my opinion, of a background. And in the PDF, I'm going to show you because this is actually a free download as well. So you can that is really blown out. Hello. There we go. All right, so you have the stages of a background. Now again, this is not an end all be all. This is not, what I say is the holy grail of anything, but it definitely gives people a start and kind of like the framework to say like, okay, well, what stage is my background at? Maybe what do I need? And if you look at this, you could set it aside, right? So a lot of my backgrounds I set aside, but then tweak it intentionally. So if the background needs something a little extra, maybe some splatter, some stamping, some stenciling, you could do that, but with intention. And then you can always walk away from your background. It's kind of like setting it aside, but maybe you need to go grab a snack or something, right? And then give it purpose. So when I'm looking at some of these backgrounds, um, I'm saying, okay, well, this one, in my opinion, looks more like a birthday card background, right? This one may be more for like a sympathy card or like a thinking of you. This one, maybe Mother's Day. Like that's just where my mind goes. Of course, everybody kind of has their own creativity and can, um, you know, I probably wouldn't. I do like to use like not traditional colors for Christmas. However, I probably wouldn't use this one for Christmas, right? Or like this one for a 4th of July card or something. There is kind of like unset rules, I guess. I don't know. Denise, I am a background hoarder as well. So hopefully you're taking the class and you can get some of those backgrounds into cards because my goal for the class is to possibly make 15 to 20 cards so that you can have them for the year. So we're not just going to make just random cards. We're going to go over the purpose of the background, like do you need 15 birthday cards. So then you're going to look at your backgrounds and pull out 15 backgrounds that could possibly be for birthday cards. Um, or like, do you want to build up your just because thinking of you card stash? And then you're also going to, in the videos, the prep videos and everything, I talk about going through your list of people that you kind of like always send out and then kind of thinking of those people like what are their favorite colors, what kind of vibe are they like, do they like grungy, do they like you know or are they more girly or whatever the case may be, right? All right, I need a little drink of coffee. The class is going to be, I would set aside at least 4 hours. It's a good class. Like it's not like a, you know, here you go and on your way. Like I feel like most of my classes are at least 3 to 4 hours. Um, and you can have you if you sign up, you'll have 48-hour access with the free uh, access. But if you decide to upgrade to lifetime, then of course you have lifetime, and of course all the other things that go along with it. All right, I'm gonna get to my notes because I think I went off on a little tangent there. All right. So we're talking about in the chat, a lot of you are background hoarders. Same, same. About how many backgrounds do you think that you have? And what do you feel like holds you back from taking that background in that moment to creating a card? For me, I just love making backgrounds. I love playing with the inks, playing with the sprays, playing with the alcohol inks. I love adding textures and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then if you notice, a lot of my cards are pretty simple. Like I don't do a whole lot to them most of the time because my main thing is the backgrounds. So, um okay, Arlene, show off only has 13 backgrounds. No. That's good though. That means that you're like A finisher. I love making the backgrounds. All right, so let me get through this. All right. So um she knows I'm kidding. I hope she knows I'm kidding. Totally kidding. She's such a great supporter. All of you are. Um I think let me put this back over here. I think a lot of times when we're sitting down to create and we're feeling stuck, sometimes we're like, "Oh, well, I don't have the right stamp or the right sentiment, the right dye or whatever it is." Let me tell you that you do not need most likely you do not need any more supplies. Um, the chances that you need more supplies is very slim. If you are on any email lists for companies, they send you, you get excited and you're like, "Oh, I need that." Chances are you probably have something very similar in your stash that you probably have barely used. Um, and of course we want to support these companies. I'm not saying like don't ever buy anything, but sometimes if we have too many supplies, too many decisions to make, then it gets even harder. I know for me, I pretty much use a lot of the same things because it makes my decision process easier. And hi, Nikki. If you don't follow Nikki, you need to because her lives are a lot more professional than mine. I'm just kind of here yapping at you guys. I do have I'm planning on showing you kind of walking you through. But I really want to encourage you to join the live class. If you are finding value in just the little tidbits I'm saying here, then definitely join the class because it is going to be a great one. All right, so let's see. I am going to okay, so last night I actually was getting ready for today and I popped on YouTube real quick as many of us do. And I'm like, "Oh, let me watch something." And um I told you Krista, I need to find her now. The person that inspired this because um let's see. It is Krista Robertson Art. Okay. So, yeah, Krista Robertson Art. And she had this reverse stenciling watercolor and leaf technique. And I was like, ooh, that looks really interesting. Hers obviously came out a lot better than mine because she probably has a lot better products, but this is mine. Okay. So this is what I made last night instead of getting ready for today. But then I thought it would be fun to walk you through kind of like my thought process of turning this because it is pretty busy, right? There's that dark stamping, there's that ghost stenciling. I did more stamping, some splatters, of course. So, how would I turn this into a card? So, my thought is could this be a birthday card? Possibly. It could even be more like a masculine card. Um, but when I look at this, I'm thinking of you just because, or even possibly a sympathy card. So I don't want to. So there is another stages of cards in the PDF if you join the class. And so the first thing that I want to do is choose the purpose. So my purpose for me is going to be just a hello or like a just because. That's kind of what I thought. Then I think I don't want to add a lot more to this. Like I don't want to add, a lot of like busy stuff to it. So I'm thinking a leaf, of course, kind of right in the center. However, this needs to tie in with the background. So I am going to take some stamps. Did I move them? Oh no, they're right here. And this is kind of how I bring it all together. Yes, I think it could be a sympathy card as well. Definitely. Let me zoom this in a little bit. I have a hard time making those. I don't know. I know they're probably one of the hardest things to make. But I'm just gonna just roll my stamp on here. As you could see, I'm not stamping it completely. Well, maybe if I was on frame. Hot Mess Express over here. So I'm just adding a little bit of interest on here so that it kind of ties in, right? Then I say, okay, should I add a little bit of color? I'm thinking a little bit of color, which let's see what I got here. I have, it's probably too dark. Oh, you know what I have? And I did cut this out from mixed media paper because that way I can add sprays or anything else to it and not have to worry about it not being the right paper. Okay, so I'm just going to take the nozzle out and then, let me see. Just going to add a little bit of splatters here. And where is my, there it is. Just add a little bit of water to this just to get that moving around. Okay, perfect. I'm going to dry this. I think somebody asked what time the class is. The class is going to be January 24th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So look at that. Here I thought, oh, I'll be on for like 30 minutes. I know my family laughed at me. All right, then for the sentiment, I'm just going to rough up the edge a little bit. Right now it is 10:26 a.m. So the same time it started today is the same time it will be for you, that for the class day. And if you can't make the live class, you have access to it for 48 hours unless you want to upgrade to lifetime access. Oh my goodness, look what I did. All right, I have these watercolor palettes from the Distress watercolor pencils, and I labeled them so I know which color is what. Oh. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna take, that's not the right one. I just need a little color on here. And where is my antique linen? Is it really this one? Oh, it is. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, while I am on the subject of labeling, look what else I did. Put the color right there. These are all ideas from Tim Holtz, by the way, so I can't take credit. Behind me, you could see, let me see if I can get this right real quick. So behind me here is my Distress spray wall. And when I would do my um, color combination guides, I would take probably at least 70 to 80% of the sprays off, and it would take me forever to put them back. But I put a sticker where they need to go. So it's not going to take that long anymore, hopefully. All right, back to this. So to even ground the focal point even more, I decided that it needed a little book page. Sorry for those that don't like using ripping up books. I bought it on Etsy, so I did not rip up the book myself. So I think that looks really good. So maybe I think I do want to actually uh sew this together. So I'm not going to adhere anything together just yet, but isn't that perfect in my opinion? I think we did all the things, right? I am okay, so in the card, the stages of a card, again, my opinion, choose a purpose, which we did, anchor the design, which we did with this focal point, and thinking, okay, is this too much? If I'm trying to put it together, right? So I have reduce and refine, which is maybe this book page could be too much. You could take it away, you can add more, whatever. Then decide to stop. I'm deciding to stop, except I do want to sew, I think, a little bit on here. I think it just needs that. And then the last one is send or save. So you could decide, oh, you know what? I want to give this to Aunt Susie right away. I haven't talked to her in a while. She loves snail mail. I'm going to send this out. Write a little note in there and send it on its way. So there's that one. Okay. And then the next one was this one here. Another pretty busy one, which I think a lot of people struggle with. And I am going to talk a lot about masculine cards as well, because I think a lot of people get caught up doing masculine cards. You know who does really good masculine cards? Is Nikki. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. She's probably like, no, not me, girl. You're thinking of someone else. No. Pretty sure, because she's got two boys. So yes. Well, so busy in the sense of like it just needs a focal point. Like I'm done, right? Maybe a little bit of stamping, but I think it might make it a little too busy. Um if I put anything else on here. So cuz I have the resist effect and then I have all of that stamping the floral on this side. And then for this, I'm just going to do a butterfly cuz that is my jam. This ticket for a struggle bus. Yes, I know. I don't make masculine cards. So when I was trying to think of like, okay, how can I teach people how to make masculine cards or like think of like the process behind making them? Like I don't even do them myself. So I don't know. I don't. I don't. When I used to scrapbook, I used to put flowers on my son's pages. So that's where I stand. It's whatever for me. All right, I'm just adding a little bit of color here, not much because I don't want it to blend too much into the background. I want it to kind of stand out because it is the focal point, right? Oh, thank you, Linda, for joining. All right. These are a little bit more opaque than I had anticipated. So I'm just going to kind of use my finger to kind of blend that out a little bit. And I think I may want a little bit of, just a little bit, maybe like ground espresso to kind of splatter that on. There we go. We're going to dry this. Man, at the rate I'm only on page 2, okay, of my notes here. I had a lot to say, but obviously I don't think I'm going to get through it all. That's okay. Alrighty. Is everybody having a good 2026 so far? I know it's kind of in the middle of January. We're still kind of realizing it's 2026. Well, I am, anyways. Like, when did that happen? It's a new year already? All right, I'm just going to cut this out real quick. And for this one, I thought it would be, I picked a new beginning for the sentiment. It could again be another just because card, a birthday card. You know what? Maybe I will make it a birthday card. I want to start sending birthday cards out. So if you have taken any of my paid classes, you have access to a Facebook group. And in there, I have snail mail addresses and so that we can send each other snail mail. And I want to start sending out birthday cards. It's hard. Okay. Almost. I apologize. This probably is very boring. What are some of your crafty goals for 2026? I think I need something else. I need something else. Let's see. So I have, I can get to it. I like to keep a lot of, no, that's too big. Die cuts already done because I know myself, I use the same things a lot. And for me, that's okay. I don't need to reinvent the wheel every single time I sit down to create. I think I like that. Sometimes it's fun to do a lot of new things and come up with new techniques and, well, or try new techniques, I should say. I don't think there really is any new techniques out there. To use your stuff. Tracy, let me tell you about this class coming up because it is truly all about using your stash. It's free. So you're not going to lose nothing, right? I think I want to add, maybe it needs a little pop of color. I don't know. Let's see. To be more organized during my lives and less chaotic. Linda, you're funny. Linda does lives as well. So check her out. I try to be a little bit more professional, but it doesn't work. I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. I am who I am, and I'm just not that way. I think the more I try to have it all together, the more I don't have it all together. All right, I'm just gonna dry this real quick. If you have the distress watercolor pencils and have not done this yet, you are definitely missing out because they are a lot more like chalky and but not like oxide. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, even in real life, I'm like, I don't know. I try to have it all together, but I don't. I love that. Oh my goodness. If you guys could see this, I wish I could pass it to you. I think I actually just might like that with the sentiment. Let's see. I think I want, oh, maybe, no, not Happy New Year. Let's do, you know what? I know I have somewhere in here some snarky ones. Um, no, I think I like this one. Follow your heart. Okay, again, I'm just going to add a little bit of color to this. You know, if anything, I inspire you to do is just to not take it so serious. It's literally just paper. I think I'm going to add a little bit of splatters for the on this. Just a little bit. And if you're like hesitant to use your supplies because you're not sure how to use them, you just got to sit down and play. Because until you do that, then you're really not going to know. See what I mean? This was supposed to be all about backgrounds, and now I'm. Well, it's okay. I think most of you know what you're getting into when you join me for a live. All right. Yes, I think yes. See what I mean? Like I did pretty much the same thing here. I don't know. Whoops. No, I don't know what I did. If I blocked somebody, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Now I just need to figure out placement. I don't know. I don't think I like this. I think I might just do that, just like that. However, what I want to do is I don't have my, let me grab my paper trimmer. Bye, Nikki. All right, so don't freak out. And I'm going to cut a good amount of this off, mostly on this side. Okay. So I'm going to go, because I'm going to mount it on a background that is embossed. We'll do like that. And then just a little bit. So it's going to be 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm cutting a 1/2 inch off. Okay, and then where are they? There they are. So I like to do something that's called a craft room reset, where I just sit and cut all of my cardstock out, emboss background so I have them on hand and ready to go, re-ink my inks, all the things. So that's why I have these already done. Now we just need to rough up the edges. So I'm kind of grounding this. That's the um anchor, sorry. I'm anchoring the design, grounding. Um in my opinion, right? So I'm gonna rough up the edges a little bit. Okay. So while I'm doing this, who has signed up for the free class on January 24th? I would love to know. Even if you don't have a lot of backgrounds and you just need some ideas, it could be fun to join in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, instead of mounting this on just a regular white piece of paper, cardstock, I like to have a little bit of texture and interest back there. So I am going to pop this up. Possibly. Let's see. I did have to, oh, I do have more foam tape. I did have to order more foam tape. Oh, look, stamp antique linen. And then I added all my colors on there. Look at that. I did good on that one. Now I'm using it. I have to be honest, this foam tape isn't that thick. Like, I don't even feel like it's foam tape. So I double it up. This is from scrapbook.com. Maybe it's what I had ordered, or what I think they sent this to me. But I like it. It's really sticky. Okay. But it does need to be doubled up. So I was not hungry this morning. My husband actually made breakfast sandwiches. I was like, no, I don't want one. Now my stomach is grumbling. It is screaming at me. So you might be able to hear that. Okay. A tedious process. I had like this really thick roll. It might have even been like, you know, the tape, or like the weather stripping. I think it was for that. I think I got it on Amazon. I don't know. But it was really thick. But I loved it. I gotta try to find where I got it. All right. Now we're just gonna pop this up. And if you're new here, you know I am, well, you wouldn't know, but I'm an ish person. So I'm just gonna align this and make it straight-ish. It's not that deep. It'll be fine if it's a little crooked. It is handmade. All right. So do I want it? I think I may want it because it's all over here. No. I think just like that. And you know, the good thing is if you look at this and you're like, no, it needed way more things, something else, then, oh, you know what I didn't add is white splatters. Hello. When I said new year, new me, I did not mean no white splatters. I'm totally kidding. Okay. This is the Dr. PH Martin's Bleed Proof. Love this stuff. Splatters are very important. Just kind of ties everything together, in my opinion. Okay, I don't want it to be too much. There we go. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I need to add it to my little leaf here. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's get through these. Teach one small concept, I said. Yeah. All right. So I think I missed, but I asked, what struggles do you have when you're like sitting to create and you're just like, okay, the background's done, my color is done. Do you find it easy to add more stamping to kind of move on to the next stage of a background? Or do you just completely stop? Like, where do you find the most struggle? Finishing the card, like I'm doing here. Again, it doesn't have to be rocket science. You could literally do the same thing or use the same kind of like the same thing, right? Okay. My stomach's screaming at me. All right. I like to use Fabri-Tac when possible, just my glue of choice. Knowing what to do after the background is done. Yeah. So hopefully the framework that I put in the guide, the PDF guide, will help with that a little bit. I think this needs a little stamping. Just gonna stamp that off and there. Okay. And we're just gonna put that there. Making decisions, knowing what is enough and what is too much. Okay. So let me give you like a little visual here. Okay. So I think it is a little hard because, you know, when we think of crafting, it's just kind of so I think some of us can't like cross over like the art concepts, like the rules of three, composition, like color theory, like all of the things that are more like artsy. Maybe I'm sure some of you can, obviously. But I don't think of those things intuitively. So I really, when I first started, I really had to think of like, okay, so how do I want my placement to be? Where do I want my focal point to be? So, like for this, for instance, I would not put another butterfly here. And like, I wouldn't put the sentiment up there. Like, you see how that's just a little too busy, right? In my opinion, like, you're not going to put another one up here and then up here, you know. So, you kind of want to have your background draw your eye to the focal point. And sometimes it happens a little easier than others. And sometimes the focal point just stands out because it's just like this is very bright, right? I probably should have added a little bit more white to the background, but that's okay. In the class, I'll talk about when to stop, and my rule is, especially with my backgrounds, like when I'm using sprays and stuff, if I like something at least 80% of the way, like, I'm thinking here, like, okay, maybe I should have added some more white to the background to tie it all together. However, when I look at this as a whole card, the white panel back here ties into the white focal point. So it kind of all just kind of goes together, right? Hope that helps. Just a little bit anyways. Hi Pam, how are you? When I use stamps, I find I don't do it well. No harmony. Hmm. Okay. I'm trying to take all of this in to see what I can add to the class or anything else, like, because I really just truly want to help people um, use their stash and use their backgrounds, or like help them finish cards. All right. Whoops. I think so. I'm going to actually sew this, like I said. So I don't know when I'm going to. Um, because my room was clean and then I did all this background last night and it became a mess. So um I need to clean it again. Anyways, so we did two quick cards, pretty much the same thing, right? But just, hopefully me walking you through the thought process helps a little bit of like why I do things the way I do it. Um I want to add this butterfly. I don't know. Anyways, let's see if I can. There we go. Yay, it's working. So I hope that helps. Now, the free class is for anybody that feels stuck when they're creating cards, has a stash full of supplies or backgrounds or both that they need to use up. Uh, and again, it's absolutely free. Here is the PDF for the free live class. Oh, you can't even see it anymore. It has supply list, checklist. It's basically like general supplies, um, and prepping for class checklist, class itinerary, the stages of the card. Sorry, stages of background, stages of cards, and then place for notes, questions. Yep. So, anyways, this could be yours for free 99. It's free. The link is in the description box. Anyways, I hope that helped. Even if you don't want to join the class, if classes aren't your thing, thank you for joining me today. This Hot Mess Express. It's been a while since I've done a live, so hopefully I can get back to doing them semi regularly. I don't know. Um, just a lot going on. My daughter is now homeschooled ish. She does it online. Um, and so she doesn't really need a lot of my help, but she's here like all day. So my son is doing college online as well. My husband works from home. So it's just a big happy family 24/7. No, it really is. We are it's crazy how like we can be here constantly with each other and still um not just love each other, but like each other. Anyways, all right, I am done yapping at you. I hope this was helpful. Let me grab my notes to make sure that I did not miss anything. Do, 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 do. Yep, I think we're good. Wendy, you are welcome. And thank you, Arlene. Oh, thank you, Arlene. So are yours. All right. Oh, no worries, Denise. Oh, that work. Anyways, all right. I am gonna get something to eat. I hope you all have a great day. The link for the class is in the description box, and I am hoping to have some more videos out. I filmed so much the last couple days. I filmed organizing, cleaning my craft room, a look at my top videos for 2025. What else did I film? I filmed a lot. So now, if those can actually make it to YouTube, we'll see. But, anyways, all right, I'm off. Thank you all for joining. Hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you all later.